Kempire is brought to you by Happy 2025. It's a new year and it's a new era for the Kempire Podcast. Make sure you subscribe today and make sure that you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And shout out to those of you that have left glowing reviews and maybe not so glowing reviews. That's okay too. Thank you so much for the support and sharing our new podcast and everything that's to come. We don't just recap all the things that you've seen already on our YouTube channel. You also get special exclusive episodes and sometimes additional thoughts to the live recaps that we had on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe today and make sure you give us a 5-star review. Thank you in advance. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to share this video. Be sure to subscribe. It is a subscribers only live chat. Also, be sure to let me know if you can hear me because I just went on a whole introduction and you might not have heard me. No, you have. All right. So before we get into anything, today's live is sponsored by our friends over at Factor Meals. On a busy day like the day that I've just had, Pilates, doctor's appointments, preparing for this live, I don't have time to sit around and cook anything, but our friends over at Factor Meals make it so easy. They have so many different varieties from calorie smart to keto that will help you whatever diet plan you might be on. Okay. So our friends over at Factor have you all set up. They say, ready to optimize your nutrition this year. Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes. So you can feel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. So eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code factorpodcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code factorpodcast at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping off your first box. More information on Factor Meals and everything Kempire will be available in the description, including, because as you know here, we always cite our sources. Everyone that we're talking about today that I can recall is being cited, okay? Including our guest. Please welcome to the stage our friend, our host of our DC show. She has her own podcast, her own YouTube channel. And if you're not following, you're missing out. Please welcome back from the What Else Is Going On podcast, Taria Faison. Taria, what's going on?
Hey.
What's this?
I'm shimmying early.
Okay. Well, don't shimmy till they give us $1. How are you doing, Taria?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me. Hey, everybody in the chat. I'm so happy to be hanging out with y'all. How are you? You're looking good, rested.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I don't feel that way, but...
No, you're looking good. You were on a little jaunt for a few days with a different background, so,
A little jaunt. I love that word. I love that. Yes, I did take a little bit of a break from New York City, but I was still working.
Yes, y'all know that Kempire, we are friends, and I'm so proud of my Aries self because I wanted to know where he was, what he was doing, who he was with, why he was doing it, and why he ain't say nothing. But I held off, and I said, I'm going to let him live his life.
Thank you. And I told you without even you having to ask.
See, what does Kerry Washington say? Growth.
So, guys, you know that if you came to our Washington, D.C. show, our MC of the night, and she had her own moment on stage, was Taria. Taria, can we just reflect back on that before we get to the Carlos King of it all?
Yes. You know what's so funny? This may sound corny, but y'all know that I do. What some of y'all may not know, but I do rideshare for a living. So I'm in my car a lot. And I often reflect back to that night. Number one, I've said it over and over again. Your community is one of the most supportive communities ever. Just to be out there with the meet and greet with you and people are like, hey, Taria, we watched you, Taria. Y'all don't understand. My heart was so full that night. I was so excited. And I thank you, Kempire, for believing in me because y'all, he doesn't know, but I was so nervous. Like my butt could have taken out a brick if I walked past. Like it was so tight. I was so nervous between that and the spandex pants, but everything was so tight. And my gorgeous, beautiful canvas beauty body butter was glowing and lighting up this.
And if you were there, you know what and I talked a little bit about it, I think during our RHOP recap. And I didn't even include Stormy in our book of people that have things about Carlos. I'm sure that will come later.
Oh, yes. Yes. But that night it was magical to me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. Like I said, the community was so welcoming. The hubby, Corey, he watches the shows, but he enjoyed the live show. I thank you so much. I had such a good time.
And you did a fantastic job. I was so impressed. I was like, look at you stepping up to the plate and doing your own thing. We look forward to you having your own show next.
Yeah. I appreciate you pushing me. And one thing about an Aries, we have such good ideas. We're so great at pushing other people, but I don't think people... We are very good at managing other people and their worries.
Oh.
And we help push you out of your comfort zone to fly. Eagles fly. Shout out to the Eagles. We push you to fly. But sometimes we don't often do that to ourselves because we doubt ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, so often people will tell you, you're great, you can do this, you can do that. And then in your mind, you're like, but am I? So I appreciate you for pushing me to fly. Y'all, when he goes overseas, he will be bringing me. I'm putting that out in the atmosphere. I'm manifesting.
But
It's this, honey.
So wait a second. Because y'all know I'm in my villain era. So let me just gather someone for a quick second. Because what they're not going to do is come here and tell me how to run my show. Johnny, have several seats. Please and thank you. We will get to the show when we get to the show. Okay? We can't just jump in. People are being notified that we're live. Okay? I promise you that you will enjoy the show as we get into it. But can we be proper when people are visiting us here at our channel and welcome them and ask them how they're doing and actually mean it? Okay. Anyway, so we are here because, we did our collaboration with the Brooke Ashley and we did the Real Housewives takeover. But Taria and I, she's probably like the only person in my life that I can talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville because no one else I know watches it.
I don't know if I should feel good or bad.
No, it's a good thing. Because it brought us to this particular point because I think if we're going to do a Surviving Carlos King, and I say that somewhat facetiously, but after gathering all of this information, I'm like, I don't think I'm being facetious.
No. And it is to the point where I used to watch his lives. I remember there was a point when I had even reached out to interview him maybe 2 years ago. And I said, God protects you because what I don't want, and you do too, you don't want to have anybody on your channel that's not being authentically themselves. And especially when a person, their famous tagline is, let's have a real conversation. And he doesn't seem to have real conversations, at least not with the public. I know I'm jumping ahead, but he's taken to now pre-recording the lives for Love and Marriage. For Love and Marriage Huntsville. Normally they're live with Dustin and a guest. He's taken to pre-recording. And I think because specifically the reunion, the backlash that he knew he may get for different conversations they had.
Yeah. And I think that's a perfect segue because Johnny wants us to hurry up.
Yeah.
So let's move at a snail's pace.
Johnny come lately. You came too early.
We do this to everyone. You probably thought I was not going to see the comment, or maybe you wanted me to see the comment, and there you are. Anyways, but that's a perfect segue, and this is part of the reason why I decided to do this. I know some people wonder, Kempire, why do you hate Carlos King? I have to know Carlos King to hate him. I don't know him. This is not personal, but I cover his shows, which he has pointed out in interviews. I cover his shows, and I see the tomfoolery.
Mm-hmm.
I cover some of the people that he's associated with. So if you want to be out here in the public, all up in the videos and be the star, well, then you have to be prepared that people are going to be critical of you.
Yes.
And that's what he's done. Andy Cohen has done the same thing. This is why people are critical of him. Do people realize that there are so many other executive producers and executives that are making these decisions that don't get the heat because they do not want to be out there in the public?
Right. They don't want to be the talent as well as the boss. And then fraternizing. I mean, even on your regular job, they'll tell you if you're a manager, keep the relationships professional.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, as I've said before, because so many people are like, so what's the difference between an Andy Cohen and a Carlos King? Honestly, in a lot of ways, there aren't. There are a lot of similarities. We have two people that were behind the scenes that want to be the star. And there's nothing wrong with it. And in a lot of ways, there are moments where they are both very good at it, being on a platform. I'm not going to take that away from either one of them. However, he has said in his own words, I have created a protective space for Black women. However, there are countless Black women saying they felt unprotected, which led me to a conversation with Taria because of an interview that she was watching. Because I rely on Taria, and some of y'all keep me up to date on some of the interviews and people that are talking, especially when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm not that invested. I do it for y'all, and I say that wholeheartedly with my whole chest. Because if y'all know how I'm looking forward to this last part of the reunion. I'm like, ain't gonna have to recap it anymore.
And then you'll have your Sundays for self-care and a boo. And a boo.
And a boo. So we can be cuddled up on a Sunday watching something else other than on a Saturday night. Got me watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then he announced that Love and Marriage DC is coming back. I'm like, we're good.
We are so good.
We're good. But speaking of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you may have seen the rumors, Taria, that there was a portion edited out of Love and Marriage Huntsville. First, it was we were all clued in that grooming was brought up by Destiny during the reunion. And she was saying that Melody Sheree Rodgers groomed her and Martell groomed her in order for a threesome.
Yes. I saw those rumors. And the fact that Martell wasn't upset by that lets me know even more he's a bit throwed, as my grandma would say. She's bringing you into this too, and you're sitting there like it's funny.
Right?
These are serious accusations.
Back up a little bit. For those that don't know, it was edited out of certain networks, certain platforms. So like YouTube TV didn't have the grooming conversation. They had the original description, but that was updated and that was removed. But the episode, you didn't see it. But people that watched it on Philo or I think on demand, they said that this and it was a long portion. It was like 10 minutes.
Yes.
Almost 10 minutes. So we've watched it. We can't play it for you guys. I even tried to do the transcript, but there's so many people talking over each other. It was hard to do a transcript right before it. But I tried. I tried to do the transcript. But I watched it multiple times. And it was actually cringy because you're right, Taria. What we see with Martell, as Destiny's claiming to being groomed, and everyone on the cast is just like, what is happening?
Yes.
Because they talk about Destiny's talking about being groomed, and she's also talking about, oh, you guys were you're talking about having threesomes, and you're trying to make the rest of the OGs of this cast be a part of that. And mind you, she's bringing up an incident in a limo. I saw someone reposted the limo scene. And you don't really see much of at least Martell and Melody being inappropriate or sexual. But Kimmy brings up in this now deleted scene that Owen doesn't want y'all to see, because when I reported on it, Owen was like, take it down, take it down. And then when I contested it saying fair use, they were like, no, they don't want y'all to see it. So they're taking it down everywhere. Let me tell you, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. They're taking it down. Understandable. I'm not going to fight it.
Right. But
you guys know, Owen is like, yeah, because I'm sure this was one of the reasons that Melody decided not to return.
Yeah.
Because she was blindsided. You could tell she was blindsided in the now deleted clip.
And the way Destiny contradicted, it's not like a housewives silly argument moment. This is in the times that we're in, such a serious accusation. And she contradicted herself so many times. Y'all were grooming me. You wanted me for a threesome. Martell said, who, you? She said, no, not me, but we just had the conversation. So they're grooming you, but they're not wanting you to be a part of a threesome. I need to see this next part of the reunion, not because I'm interested in anything other than this alleged incident that took place, because the same man that said Melody wouldn't give him any top, as people like to call it, sloppy toppy.
Oh.
He wasn't fun in the bedroom. She wasn't this. She wasn't that. We saw him and Melody when they were being not mentored by Chris and Nell. He's saying, you wouldn't give me what I wanted, so I went to somebody else. They were talking about that. So she wasn't giving it to you, but then she gave it to you in a limousine with 4 other people.
And pay attention. For those that have seen the clip, you watch Martell's face. It's almost like he put the battery in Destiny's back to say this during the reunion, as if he has no idea. She's saying that you also groomed her, fool.
Yes. And like, you're totally missing that.
Maybe she did say it. I don't remember.
And then for Destiny to say she was scared, we always talk about believe victims, believe women. You are sitting on a platform saying, I was scared to spend the night with you. When after all of this alleged conversation happened, you're begging her to let me be a part of your village. Please let me in. But you were being groomed. Like it was so disturbing to me. To see how she tried to make something stick. You went from saying, and let me ask you this. Do you think she was talking about Melody's mom being in the room when she said you were in the room with so-and-so? And
I didn't understand because they bleeped out whoever it was.
Yeah. So I was like, was that the mother? But so you went from saying that to them talking about threesomes, to you being groomed, to them not wanting you as part of a threesome. And when I tell you the level of anger, whether you like Melody or not, you don't have to be a Melometer or Martellometer, Espo Rise, which I got something for her too. Like, to watch a woman do that, knowing the weight that these words carry, was insane. And to watch Carlos just watch it like a tennis match and not step in and say, now wait a minute, this is getting kind of heavy, because you wanted it that way.
Sidebar, Esquihar says, then went on YouTube and said that part was a joke. Are you referring to Destiny? I just want to clarify. Did Destiny go on her YouTube channel, her podcast, and claim that it was a joke? She didn't seem like, if you saw the clip, you can still see it on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you saw the clip, then you saw that was no joke. She said that she was actually scared. She then tried to enlist Nell into it, and Nell was just like, no. I don't know what you're talking about. I take my butt home.
Yeah.
You're
Nell
the
said
one
if we
who's
were
always
into that.
wanting to stay.
Yeah, well, and Nell said if we were into that. Let's play it again.
Sorry. I know you. Sorry.
Then Nell said, I wouldn't have told you to go home then if we were into all of that. They were all shocked. And somebody commented that nobody stood up for Mel and was like, now wait a minute. That's what we're not going to do. The fact that everybody's saying she retracted what she said, but see, you know what? That's what happens when she was in her emotions, because she still has anger towards Melody for the way their friendship ended.
But do you think someone gave her that?
Oh, yes.
In her bag. And I don't think it was just Martell.
I think it was Tisha as well. Because Kimmy, one of the most sincere, Kimmy's been a little, yeah. But when she said, who told you that? I didn't even feel like in that moment, we weren't watching them produce themselves. Kimmy wasn't saying that for the camera. Like, if we're all in a conversation and I bring up something you told me, you will be like, who told you that?
Yeah.
And that's what I felt that we were seeing in that moment. Kimmy was like, oh, hold up.
Yeah. And it's too late. Now, and I understand legally, this is why OWN is sending all the, take it down, take it down, take it down. We've seen it. It's still on Twitter because, Twitter's the wild, wild west. It's still out there on Twitter.
Yeah.
So for those that may have missed it, we're talking about the now deleted scene, because I'm sure they probably updated it on Philo and all the other platforms, where Melody is accused by Destiny of grooming her. She doesn't just accuse Melody, though. She accuses Martell. But Martell is sitting there like some fool, a clown, just like, well, maybe she did say it. She's accusing you too, fool.
And mind you, we're also watching a group of people who saw a video of Melody performing that on Martell, not say anything. Marceau, you were so disgusted and lost respect for him for showing that video, but no one is saying anything in that moment. Like, I mean, Martin Luther, what do they call him? Martin Luther
King?
Yeah, it's like Martin Luther King, the lawyer up there. You're not saying anything?
I mean, I said that before. I don't know if you saw my recap where I was saying when they were talking about Martell's legal stuff.
You did.
You're an attorney. Step in. Like, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Attorney, please.
Yeah. How do you feel? I know we haven't seen it, so we don't know if it was edited a certain way and she denied it, but we didn't see Melody deny what Destiny was, and I'm not even going to say accusing her of, because if there were grown folks in that limo, that's on them. But how, I guess not, do you believe, but I kind of was like, well, did it happen or did it not happen?
Two things happening in that conversation. We're talking about grooming, and then we're talking about grown adults possibly having threesomes.
Yes.
Grown adults having threesomes is not grooming, and it's fine. That's their personal relation. Everyone here is grown. And we're also not talking about a situation where Destiny even was there.
Exactly. And it makes me wonder if Martell suggested it and Melody, like, are we going to find out that she actually didn't do it? He suggested it. She went along joking, like, yeah, I'll do it, but didn't really do it. I just thought to bring that up. And for me, when Tisha said, I was mad at Martell because of what he said, so I brought it up, even though it's not fair, women are the ones that are always degraded when it comes to sex. They expect that from men. They don't expect it from women. So her saying that, she had to know that was not, I said it to get at Martell. You had to know that Destiny was going to perceive it as getting at Melody because she's friends with Martell.
Yeah.
So she would have taken up for him. So for her to throw, to me, that was such a weak excuse to say I was trying to get back at Martell. No, you were throwing that out there so Destiny could have it in her back pocket to bring up should she need to.
And also, first of all, I'm gonna need her to learn it's text message and not test message. Because she says that because there was also a text message, I believe it was Marceau had sent, and Melody replied, because I think he said, I'm rooting for you guys, or for you and Martell.
For you and Martell, yeah.
And then Melody replied, oh, I hope you're rooting for me. Or I forgot the exact words.
Or like, I'm rooting for you guys. And she was like, just me or me and Martell.
Yeah. And Tisha says that she felt like that was an inappropriate text message. That's what she, Espo's rise.
When she said that, I said, here, but then you go on to say, you never had an issue with them calling each other, talking business, getting advice. But this particular text message had you bothered? Come on.
Yeah. Special case of the inappropriate text message. Was I the only one? I sometimes, I have a little bit of a lisp too, and y'all like to talk about it too, but I'm okay with it. But Lord, text message, that's an S-O.
She can't say an S. I had to go to speech therapy to say S's. So Tisha can't say an S.
It's okay, Tisha. Espo's rise.
No, Espo's fall, because you participated in that foolishness. Espo's fall.
Okay. For now, for this life. For those
yes.
I'm here with Taria Faison from the What Else Is Going On podcast with Taria Faison. All of her information will be available in the description, but our mods are posting it. But she's also tagged in the title of this video as well. We're talking about Carlos King specifically. I know we started off with Love and Marriage Huntsville, but this is what sparked the conversation about Carlos and his history of allegedly taking advantage of his reality TV stars. So I have a lot of information, Taria, that we have to just unpack. Yes. That was the first part. I didn't want to play the video, even though I have it. I didn't want to play, but you can find it on Twitter. You can't find it on my account. They blocked it. They said, nope. And I get it. I understand. It's a legal situation for them because there are rumors that some of the stars, some of the most recent stars that are leaving Carlos King Productions, that might be taking out legal action against who knows? We don't know yet.
Yeah.
So that is the word on the curb, that there might be some legal action being taken out against some of these folks. But we're going to unpack this because I am going to defend Carlos in a little bit.
Oh, what is this, honey?
Just a little bit. Because I'm fair.
Yes.
Sidebar. I did see when I first posted this live, some people were like, y'all always want to take down the black people and blah, 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 blah. So you want to say that first of all, this is what we do here. We talk about these reality TV stars, talk about what's happening in pop culture. My community forces me to recap this damn show. We're going to talk about this. But you talk about taking down other black people. What about his black reality TV stars that he supposedly creates a safe space for?
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Underpays them, supposedly puts them in allegedly precarious situations.
Yep.
What about those black people? Black women specifically?
That's what I was going to say. Protect Black women. Everybody wants to scream that. But then when it comes down to protecting a Black woman, are you really going to protect? Nobody calling out, calling in, pointing out, bringing up wrongdoings isn't about taking somebody down. And again, if people would take the time to actually listen to these people, it actually seems like he's preying on his Black community. Because Love and Marriage Huntsville didn't start out the way it is now, but he loves the mess. You have a Black producer that will bring his Black talent on his podcast and pit them against each other. He sat up there with Kimmy and didn't say Mel's name, but said, oh, Kimmy gets activated. Yes, honey, you are the boss. And you're sitting with your employees talking about an employee getting activated against another employee. You're creating this division.
And for those that like to say, Kempire, you just want, this is a raindrop, you just want to be Carlos King. No, I don't. For a variety of reasons that don't include what he does on television.
Right.
Carlos is over here in our YouTube streets. I've been here way before him. And I'm talking even before y'all knew me on this channel. Go check Kempire Radio and my Oprah interview when she first started on.
Wow. Look at how it's circled. Wow.
Oh, we're bringing it all back.
Oh.
All right. Let's get serious.
Okay.
No.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. With
OWN coming after the content that's out there that they no longer want out there, I wonder how that bodes for Carlos being at OWN. Because they know that, yes, he has producers in place, but things still pass through him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder what that says to them about him, because it's not just one show. It's different shows.
Yeah, we're talking about Bell Collective. We're going to talk about Bell Collective. We're going to talk about Love and Marriage DC. We're going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. As you saw from the thumbnail, for those that are just joining us, don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. I'm here with my special guest, Taria Faison from the What Else Is Going On podcast. Make sure that you follow her on her YouTube channel as well and subscribe to her podcast as well. All of that information will be available in the live chat and after the replay that's all added, because I was citing all my sources and I forgot to cite my guests. So apologies.
It's okay. I'm here. It's okay.
Yeah, we have a lot to unpack. So since we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, I want to play a little bit of a clip of Melody addressing Destiny's claims of grooming. All right, let's play this.
June 29th, I got to text you. Good, love. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. How you doing? I'm tired, about to shower and lay it down. Here's me. Oh, we're in Nashville. Went to the mall, ate, just checked into the hotel. We're hitting the indoor water park tomorrow. Then I'll be back Thursday about 1 for testing, because we had to do COVID testing. Okay, y'all be safe and have fun. Next time, let me in law come. Or no. Let me in law know. We may head down. He loves water. This is June 2021. So I'm reading that to say this. Oh, I got another one I did that I screenshotted. September 12th, 2021. We need some girl time, Missy. September 17th, 2021. I guess I have to stalk your ass to see you because I ain't responded. It's 5 days went by and I didn't respond. September 17th, 2021. I wrote her back finally, said, hey, I was so busy and then now I'm on this girl's trip. Def can link when I get back. She said, okay, boo, I just missed you. I said, I had the kids last week and everyone was sick. Then also trying to get the house together. It was just a lot going on, girl. She said, I understand. I had a few rough days, blah, 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 blah. She said, I went to ATL. Blah. Now, again, I'm sharing that to say, do that sound in any shape, form, or fashion of like anybody who has been a victim of grooming?
I'll ask you, Taria.
It sounds like someone who wants some girl time with someone that she considers a really good friend, someone who wants to bring her child around. Someone.
I know you.
She wants to bring her child around this woman and her children. So it sounds nothing like someone who's afraid of being groomed. And I know there's a lot of people that say, I've seen people say, oh, what does this prove? If you pay attention, it proves what Destiny's saying is a lie.
Yeah.
A setup, something. You're consistently texting this woman, asking her, can I be around you? Can me and my child be around you? I guess I have to stalk you because you're not answering, but now you were afraid of me. Like that would, y'all, I was so angry. I almost felt like Destiny, and we do not advocate, we do not condone, but I almost felt like if I could touch, because if that were me, I would be, you're doing this on a huge platform. And we know with the reality TV space, much like the football fan base, one day they love you, one day they tear you down. If someone doesn't like TV personality, they're going to believe all the negative said about them because they don't like them. So it's such a dangerous game to play. It was really, outside of angering, also disappointing.
Yeah.
To see it.
Look, and I'm not taking this from Destiny because at the end of the day, Destiny is a grown woman. However, we're seeing a pattern of people involved in similar allegations.
Yep.
And it's playing out on your show. The fact that it even made it to the description, the fact that it even was included in the original edit says to me that you guys were going to run with it. And God only knows what Melody did behind the scenes to be like, y'all not going to play with me.
Right.
Because you could see, if you saw the clip, we're not going to play the clip because, legal. But if you saw the clip, I understood Melody's facial expressions. I understood she was blindsided because are you guys trying to allude? And mind you, her face is the face that we all would have if someone blindsided us accusing us of grooming.
Right.
And Martell's face looking like
this is funny. Like, you're so slow, you don't even get the gravity of this accusation against you as well. But look at how, again, everybody's pointing it toward Melody.
Yeah.
Not against Martell.
Or production.
Yeah, or production. Yeah.
Look, one thing I always emphasize, and I tell people, it's not just production. We have to own the network accountable.
Yeah.
I know that OWN is owned by Oprah, 5% by Oprah. It's only 5% now.
Yeah.
But there are people that are seeing this. There are people that are on set that are part of the network and that are part of production. All these people are responsible. And I always remind you guys, we have to remember, yes, this is our entertainment, but it's still a workplace.
Yes.
So these are very damning allegations that she has. And now, according to the live chat, because I rely on you guys to also be producers of the show. Now, according to the live chat, allegedly, Destiny is now backpedaling on those accusations of grooming.
Which also says a lot. And the live chat, y'all may know, I meant to click on the video, but I was going about my day. I didn't have time. But I saw, didn't she has a podcast, I guess, with her therapist and made the comment that she's not scared of any lawsuits or not concerned about any lawsuits. I saw that in the heading of somebody's YouTube video, but I didn't get to click on it. So I'm wondering if any of y'all saw it.
Okay, I will say this. There's a lot of clickbait out there.
Yeah, so I was like, is this true? Is this true or is this not true? So I was wondering if anybody in the live chat happened to see it, because it was a picture of her and her therapist. And I was like, I know. But to find out that she's backtracking, it's almost, it would be laughable if it wasn't so like you fool. You were used by production and Martell and Tisha. Oh, that's what Destiny originally said. Oh, so she said it. Up, see? Wow.
Okay.
That is crazy. So she went from not worried about a lawsuit to backtracking. Miss Aisha.
Well, let this be, we're going to be a part of the documentary, Taria, because we're breaking it down.
Yeah.
So I wanted to start off this live with Taria first talking about what sparked my conversation. Because I said, we need to talk about this because this is really becoming a big thing. And it's affected me because I've been receiving notifications on all the platforms to take down the video.
That is crazy.
But I get it. I completely understand. It's a portion that they did not want out there. They could be facing legal action. All right, I get it. Take it down, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Sorry, Asawi. I know you. Okay. All right. So I wanted to address the grooming edited out portion. And as you know, for those that don't know, and you're just getting updated from us, Melody Sheree Rodgers has since made the notification to the world that she will not be returning to Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I've said, Taria, means that Love and Marriage Huntsville is over. What do you think?
I do think unless they're able to find about 3 or 4 dynamic couples that have something to bring, it's over, because she has been integral, no matter whether you like her or not, in the storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, since the inception of it. and then her separating herself from the group has also been their storyline. We hear Destiny saying Melody was separating herself from the group at Nell's wedding. So I feel like unless they can find people who are willing to share their authentic lives and not make up stories on this show, I think it's over. I think it may be over. It could even be over because of what's going on behind the scenes and what's potentially to come.
Well, here's the thing, too. I don't see them steering away from talking about Melody and continuing to make her a part of their story, even though she's not there. I could see them doing that. I'm not really interested in that.
Yeah. Well, we know they wanted her back. Melody said after she left, Carlos called and wanted her back.
Was it Carlos or was it the network?
Oh, you know what? You're right. Was it what? Oh, she didn't say. Did she say? No, I don't think she said.
Carlos might be blocked, allegedly.
Okay. Well, Melody got 36 phones.
Don't pull out that red phone, Melody.
When that red phone comes out, we about to get some tea.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So before we move on, quite a few of you have sent in super chats or become members. So I just want to say thank you. Avis, thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate your support. Dr. Red, thank you so much for the super chat. Dr. Red says, I love seeing you and Taria in DC. Worth flight from Atlanta. Dr. Red, thank you so much for coming all the way from Atlanta to see us. Didn't Taria
What kind of doctor are you? I got questions. You know how Black folks be. I've been having this ailment.
Medical advice. It is Black History Month. We should have first started off by saying Happy Black History Month because they're trying to erase it everywhere, including Google, the platform that we're on.
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Parker, thank you so much for the super chat. Ms. Parker says, let's remember the harassing text Martell sent. He said he's willing to ruin Melody even if it ruins him.
You're right.
Wow, Ms. Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker. Every time I see Miss Parker, I want to say.
I think you said it. Unique, thank you so much for being a member for 28 months. We appreciate your support. She says, sleep in peace, Kiki. Oh, yeah, they don't even talk about Kiki, but I think that might be a family thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that might be a family thing. We think. Look, do I think they finally have some sort of respect for a Black woman? I don't know about that.
Right.
But I think it might be the sensitivity of the legal stuff. So,
yeah. Because I would think Carlos would use it to his advantage, to be honest with you, if he could.
Yeah. So Twan the Don, thank you. So Twan was also at the
Hey,
DC
Twan.
show. He didn't act up this much this time around.
I know. Twan. I was looking forward to it.
Twan says, yes, in my Carlos Queens voice. Hey, you too. Nice seeing y'all together again. Thank you, Twan the Don. Mr. Melvin Magic, thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm so glad you changed your picture for me. I don't even know where he got it from. Mr. Melvin Magic says, Lady Espo did this scheme, so stretch your tongue before opening your mouth. Dust Bunny is lonely, low-budget liar. All the men lie, and Kimmy is a pick-me. I guess he wanted to sum it up in one chat.
Stretch your tongue.
For some reason, Why Law, we both have the shimmy for this one. Why Law, for some reason, it did not post in the area it's supposed to post your super chat, but I know you sent it. So let me see if I can find. Oh, here it is. I found it. Perfect. Because it didn't post in the thing. I don't know why. Maybe because it's so big. Shimmy for the dollar. Thank you, Why Law. I hope you're saying something nice. I didn't read it. Why Law, some extra super chat, the very generous super chat. This is the best, most profound conversation around this topic. Although I support Melody, I stopped watching the show because Carlos has encouraged such darkness to consume the original essence of the show. This is needed. Thank you. Thank you, Why Law.
Thank you. I appreciate that as well.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So just to get back on topic, for those that are just joining us, we are breaking down some of the past reality TV stars that have had some damning things to say about Carlos King. I want to remind the audience and the replay crew that the allegations made in this video are allegations. We don't have proof. We are just examining what has been put out there already. Okay? So Melody said that about the grooming. So we have to go a little further back. And I know there's a lot to go back, but the House of Aaron did an interview with Candy Burris Tucker a couple of years ago. And in that interview, that's when we found out that Carlos King allegedly tried to steal the Escape life story. Take a look at this.
And I was like, what you mean somebody is doing that? And so in my mind, I'm
Wait,
thinking it was one of my group members.
Pause. Let me rewind it back because y'all missing out. Please hold. Ah, cool.
He is the one who stole my group's life story and sold it to TV1. And for that, I just can't get past it. I was talking to a friend. I was like, hey, we should do like a movie about, our group's life or whatever. It was a director that Todd and I were speaking, and they was like, somebody's already doing it. And I was like, what you mean somebody's doing that? And so in my mind, I'm thinking it was one of my group members or something. And they was like, yeah, it's a network that's already because I took a meeting about directing it. And I was like, what? Oh, and sidebar, his other producing partner, one of the producers that worked for him, had called my mom, was like, oh yeah, we want to interview you because we're trying to do a documentary about girl groups or something. So we want to ask you questions about, Escape. My mom was going to do it or whatever, but come to find out, he was the person who had did the deal with TV1 to sell our life story. And it was going to try to ask my mother questions about us unknowingly to get more information, I guess, for the show. So anyway, I just thought that was the lowest thing that anybody could ever do. When you're a public figure, they can do unauthorized stories about you. Never once, all them years we have been around each other, he had never once told me that he was trying to do a movie about us and to go behind my back and to do that. That's our life story.
Right.
I was like, I can't fuck with him ever again. Alive.
So that's where a lot of this started when she spoke out about that. But a lot of people have blamed Carlos King for the reason why Phaedra ended up leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta because of the rumors of grooming and SA and things like that were made then from Portia. Mm-hmm. Okay. So a lot of this stemmed from that. I have to say this as a legal note, just to cover ourselves. Carlos has denied any involvement in accusations that he gave Phaedra that information and tried to produce that. Okay. But this was probably the moment for me, for those that's like, Kempire, why don't you like Carlos King? I was like, after I heard this, and I'm not a Candy stan. Some of y'all think that I am. Y'all need to go check your receipts. I talk about everything. And y'all lucky I didn't talk about the Tamar and Candy stuff again. I've been busy. Y'all lucky. But go check the receipts. I've talked. Everyone gets it here.
Okay.
But for me, it was like, whoa. Like this goes past trying to produce reality television. You went behind someone's back and tried to get their mama.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Taria. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I text you this. I'm so glad that when we were texting back and forth, we were texting about this and you brought this up because sometimes we have a tendency to forget these big things. And I forgot about that and until you said it. And I was like, you know what? That's his character. And then to watch that and see her, for some reason, it didn't dawn on me. I know they wanted to do a movie. They stole her life story, but he actually sold it, meaning you weren't even just in talks. You sold someone's life story. You had been around this woman for years. Y'all had developed some sort of relationship and you stole and sold her life story and then had the audacity, the way you call Bravo folks out to say, I'm just not going to address it. Me and Candy both know the truth. I'm just not going to address it. And you posted on your Instagram, the higher level, the bigger the devil, trying to use church lingo to kind of spin the narrative. Yeah. To me, watching her in that clip again, it makes it even more profound than the first time, when I watched it. Watching the pain, we all say, some people are criers. That's how I'm a crier. That's how I let out my...
when Candy starts getting into the cracky voice.
She's crying. And to me, you could tell it wasn't just anger, it was hurt.
Yeah.
And like I said, and hearing the part again about her mom and them lying, saying, we're doing a documentary on girl groups, and her mom was going to do it, not knowing that she was going to be a part of something that was stolen. You talk about generational wealth, talk about something that passed down. This is Escape's story. And you almost stole that you did steal that from them.
Yeah.
And had no problem you had no problem doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is where we begin today. But guys, don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience returns to New York City next week, Friday, featuring our friend, the Brooke Ashley, will be there as well in the event. But if you want us to talk about stuff like this, hot topics, Real Housewives, and so much more, and have an opportunity to meet and greet with myself and the Brooke Ashley, get your tickets today. And there's a special live stream option exclusively for this show only. So get your tickets today. More information on that will be available in the description, along with more information on Rose Forever. Valentine's Day is this Friday. I know it's tomorrow, but maybe you're not seeing your boo tomorrow. Maybe you're seeing your side chick over the weekend.
You know what?
Or next week. You still have an opportunity to get them a little something. Use the discount code Kempire20 for $20 off at roseforever.com. Head on over to the description for more details. All right, Taria, stop acting all innocent.
You know what's so funny is I had to remember this is a commercial because I was getting ready to say something. I was like,
Okay, we're talking about the coleslaws of it all. Come on now.
you know what? You're right. And they last forever.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on because what else has prompted this recent conversation about Carlos King and his production and the behavior behind the scenes was a recent interview that he did with Akeisha from Bell Collective, Akeisha Cologne, who went right before the holidays to let him know, I got my pickup letter, but I quit. Take a look at this.
Yeah, that's right.
We were excited about that, and we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of the platform. But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So I just wanted to say that the colognes are done. So thank y'all, and Merry Christmas. And our attorney has sent a letter to the attorneys of Kingdom Reign. So just want to let y'all know because I didn't want Carlos to find out any other way.
Well, listen, thank you so much for everything you brought to the show. You know, you have a friend in me, a family in me as well. And anything you got.
Look at Jazz's face. Jazz's face was all of us. Okay.
Said, wow.
All right.
Guys need, let me know. And as you know, anytime you want to return, the door will always be open for you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Merry Christmas to everybody. And thank you.
Much love to your beautiful family.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awkward silence.
Monday night, y'all.
Was that
Monday Night Live. That was an exclusive.
Oh,
That was an exclusive.
The way his face changed without moving. And then the way they got off that live so fast.
Come on, Taria. You got to pull it together. We're hoping.
I must have watched that 5 or 6 times, and then I sent it to my mom, and she watched.
And I told you guys, for those that just saw when I reported on Akeisha quitting, I told you I DM'd Akeisha, and I just sent her the Tasha Smith clip GIF from
Why Did I Get Married?
And she goes, boom. Well, because I can appreciate something like that. Because me, after watching it multiple times, I said, "Oh, she wanted to make it clear to the world because the narrative. If she had just quit the show, she didn't return. They didn't want her back because she's boring. She doesn't bring anything to the show. No, she's like, I got my pickup letter, but the colognes will not be returning." And I said, "Yes, come on."
Well, I know that we're going to talk about So Gucci in her interview. Did you see the part where she said, because the interview was lengthy, but it was good, but she said that Carlos knew about, so let's go back, the whole Latrice, her nephew, stolen phone.
Yeah.
She kept saying, and the text message that Latrice sent to Akeisha was very much out of the way. And evidently, Carlos had all of that information. Production had it, knew it, and would not address it with Latrice. That's a hostile work environment.
And this is why we brought Taria here today, because she's going to add a lot of context, things that I might miss. But we are going to talk about So Gucci shortly after Akeisha quit the show. Also quit the show. And we need to emphasize that So Gucci and Selena are in a good place.
Yes.
But so Gucci did an interview with Millie Chun, who also covers a lot of the Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff and the Bell Collector stuff. And she did an interview with So Gucci, which prompted this live.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what'd she say, Taria? Because I said, okay, 'cause to me, it's just the evidence keeps mounting.
Yes.
Remember, I have an HR background. The evidence keeps mounting about this workplace environment. And I'm not, and it's important for us to emphasize, I'm not just talking about Carlos King, but you want to be the face. Here you are. It's not just him. There are other people that should be held responsible for allowing this type of stuff to happen behind the scenes.
Yep.
So let me play a little bit of a clip from Millie Chun's interview with So Gucci. As always, we are citing our sources in the description. And any source I forgot, I will add later. But this interview is also cited in the description because we ain't trying to take credit for anybody's interviews and information. We don't do that over here like some. Let me play this clip because it's interesting what So Gucci says about the workplace that she was working under and why she decided not to return to Bell Collective for another season.
How you left, when you left. We're going to start with your former, your former Bell Collective. Okay. So there was speculation about how you left, when you left, why you left, and things like that. So I just want you to clear that, because people were saying, well, I knew she was going to leave after Akeisha left. And I wanted you to just talk about that.
You know what?
Let you have the floor.
Okay, so Akeisha leaving had nothing to do with me leaving, but of course that's my friend. So, but at the end, but really, that interview that I had with Carlos on that live Monday that he made private, never posted.
Right.
I kind of made my mind up after.
Pause. Taria, do you have context about that interview that he did?
Yes. So there was a Monday Night Live, and you know how, for those of y'all that watch Carlos, y'all know that he would bring on a cast member, let's say from Bell Collective, a cast member from Love and Marriage, and they would discuss maybe the Love and Marriage episode that just aired along with Dustin Ross. So they were talking about Bell Collective, and So Gucci mentioned that she didn't feel safe or protected because after the fight with Selena, she had a protective order. Unbeknownst to her, production went behind her back and started secretly recording with Selena. And then Carlos tried to say, oh, no, you knew. And she said, no, she didn't know. She found out from another producer that Selena was filming. And so she was trying to tell him, in that moment, I just didn't feel protected. He shut the conversation down. They moved on. I was watching it live. I paused it. I had something to do to go back and watch it later. It was gone. He made it private because of that.
Thank you for the context. Let's get back to the clip from Millie Chun. Hold on. Let me get back here.
I love some Millie.
Hold on. Here we go.
I was actually crying out for help to my boss, saying, hey, this is how I feel. And he disregarded my feelings by, number one, not even calling me after that live to say, hey, Gucci, you said that you felt unprotected. The things that you were feeling, while filming, he should have addressed it right then. And, really, if he would have addressed it then, I probably would have I would have thought about staying on Bell Collective. Like, you know what? My boss is really concerned. He want to hear how I felt. How can we make it better if you felt that way? And Carlos never did address that. So that kind of made me decide, you know what? I think, if my superior don't want to at least hear my voice or even address how I'm feeling, I wasn't asking for, Carlos to say, just address it. Gucci, I understand that this is a reality show and you knew what you signed up for. I don't want you feeling that way. What can I do as your boss to alleviate those feelings that you had? And he didn't address it. And that was one of the main reasons that I made up in my mind, you know what? It's time for me to kind of move on.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Has he reached out to you at all here lately, or between your say la vie to this moment?
Carlos did reach out to me. What's this? January, couple of weeks after I quit. Just to have a care call. He said he did ask me some things. We didn't talk about how I felt or anything like that. He basically wanted to actually, how can I say it?
Just say it. That's friend. I know what you're trying to say.
Extend the invitation to reappear back on Bell Collect.
That's good. That's good. That's a good way. You did good. And you and Selena are great. I was like, I feel like he would instruct something not great. Now you come back after you've left, after you've been treated wrong. They haven't done this. They haven't done that. And then all of a sudden it's a problem and you don't even know where it's coming from. So I applaud you for just getting out on top, getting out early, and not even putting yourself through that.
And I saw it coming too, Millie. I saw it coming. I saw all the signs on the wall. I was like, Jay, if I return to this season, I'm going to be the target. I'm going to be the target, and I won't dare. I want to stay in control of my storyline. I won't dare. They're not going to take me down for here because, I'm a business owner here. I have clients and people are watching. You're not going to have me feeling like that. And actually, I think Mel should have left sooner.
Let me ask you when you say that, how did that altercation with you and Selena, did that hurt your business? Let me ask you this real quick because I've seen this question. Are there any open cases for anything that involves you and anybody with Bell Collective?
Well, I do. I can't speak on a lot, but I am in talks with my lawyer. Every incident that happened, everything that happened, I have to, my lawyer informed. So we just don't put it like that.
Okay. So
So, what are your takeaways from that interview? Because I know you watched the interview from beginning to end. I just brought some clips. The full interview is available in the description.
Number one, I thought it was interesting, again, watching that live and watching her live say how she felt with Carlos and then him shutting her down and then making it private. To hear that he called her, she decided to leave after that. He called her weeks after she quit to not say, I hear you or anything, but to ask her to come back. And some people who want to be on TV may have thought that was his way of checking on her, but she realized if I come back, he's going to try to get back at me some way. I'm going to be the target. So I was glad that she said that. And I took away that she actually was hurt because she was looking at it like, this is my employer. And listen, I know that people have a feeling about Selena and So Gucci, but I caution people, as you always say, this is a job. One thing that the viewers were mad at Sunny was, why? Because she was a producer, meaning she got close to Destiny. Destiny trusted her. And then she turned around and did that. So imagine being So Gucci, whether you like her or not, whether you think she started the fight or not, having a producer get close to you, your family, your life, only to find out that they're filming with the person that you have a protective order against. You've already gotten into a physical altercation. Something that else So Gucci said, she was shocked that they brought Selena back because she said they always say they don't believe in violence. She said they rewound that fight back over and over again because if she had thrown the first punch, she would have lost her job. She said, so they did all of that to make sure it wasn't me. But then she said after the fight, her and Aikisha called Carlos and Carlos says, we're going to get her out of here. Our main concern is you. She said, and then he went online and found out Selena had a big fan base. And then she finds out that he offers her a contract behind the scenes. So hearing all of that, that is a mental and physically unsafe work environment. Yeah. Great thing, like you said, her and Selena are in a great place now, but
luckily,
and think about whether you agree or not, think about watching the show. We didn't see him or So Gucci go to the baby shower. It just seemed like they ignored it. JJ has a podcast with Willie, Aikisha's husband, and what he said on his podcast was he actually bought his daughter an SUV because she's having a bigger family. So he said they had a conversation that he wasn't going to be in attendance. They just didn't show it. And he bought them an SUV and other gifts. So they knew that he wasn't coming. So that was another reason when she was talking about quitting, like what went on with her family. For him to say he's a safe space for Black folks and Black women and Black people, and you had no problem playing a part. Yes, they played a part too, but you had a heavy hand in causing even more confusion in this family. And when she said that she's been in contact with her lawyer, I sniff maybe a possible class action of some sort.
I mean, there have been rumors about that, and I did see that possibly, so Gucci has already filed her lawsuit. I haven't verified it yet, but I do see that there are some content creators reporting that she may have filed already.
Yes.
You know, I have to do my due diligence before we bring any of that information here, so there might be a part 2, so stay tuned. For those that are just joining us, I'm here with Taria Faison from the podcast, What Else Is Going On with Taria Faison. Also available here on YouTube. It's tagged in the title, so be sure to subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. And don't forget to like the video. I didn't want to say this to Taria so she wouldn't get nervous, but we have over 45, almost 4,500 people watching. So thank you all. So do all the things. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch. We're live there. We're also live on Facebook, the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're also live, of course, here on YouTube with over 4,100 people watching. So we appreciate you all being here for our breakdown in regards to former employees of Carlos King that are speaking out. And they've been speaking out over the last few years. We're breaking it down. We might miss a few, but I think we have a lot. Something Taria said sparked the perfect segue for this next part. Love and Marriage, DC. Carlos recently mentioned that it will be coming back. We don't know who will be a part of that. Mm-hmm. But you may recall former Real Housewives of Potomac star Monique Samuels recently in a podcast talked about Carlos and how I'm going to use this word, she didn't use this word, bamboozled her and used the black card in order to lure her to help bring attention and fans of Potomac to Love and Marriage DC. And a lot of people have criticized Carlos of always talking about Bravo, talk about your own shows. So he saw the perfect opportunity to bring Monique over along with the Bravo fan base, part of the show. Only for Monique to end up leaving the show in the second season, reportedly was because she wasn't getting the money that she wanted. We'll talk about that when we talk about winter. Let me show you this clip from the interview that Monique did.
He approached me with support and came at me with some like, you know, we Black and, you know, these white shows, they don't show Black people in the light that they should be shown in. And, you know, it can be natural drama. It doesn't have to be this scripted drama. And it created a relationship of like, all right, let's see what we can do together. Let's work together. So I believed him when he used the black card. And he did me worse than the white folks. I was like, he could have waited to the second season to trash me.
So you think Love and Marriage DC did you worse than Real Housewives of Potomac?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was worse. It was like, there was no context. There was no reason to all of the fussing and fighting. It was like, it's Love and Marriage. So show the full outlook of what a love and marriage, like show what all of it looks like, right? I have always been very open on camera. Like I like to be as transparent as possible. But if my spouse is not also that way, then if you're not saying anything, they're only going to be showing what I'm saying. So it was very unbalanced. And then it was just like, we got her, dog her ass out. Like it was like, my name was used to gain the audience. And I mean, I felt like I got trashed on that show. They didn't show any of my real moments. They didn't show the moments where I gave more context to what was happening. It was just like me, like, yeah. But I was the one reacting. It was me reacting, but show why I was reacting like that, you know? And it was very unorganized, on camera, off camera. It was a mess.
I'm very unorganized. That stood out to me too. You know, a lot of people just talked about what she said about Carlos, but when she talked about the behind the scenes, I was like, oh. I was like, am I shocked? Are you shocked?
Not at all. And Love and Marriage DC, we focused on Monique too, but let's not forget, even though they weren't the focus, Sherelle and Black. Sherelle had a lot to say and said she would never appear again because of what they promised versus what was delivered. So shout out to Monique. I haven't been the biggest Monique fan, but I will say when she talks about in this interview, and Theo did a comment that said that he remembers Love and Monique, don't you take that Monique, TM, you got to pay me if you use that as a dating show. Love and Marriage DC, Monique getting a lot of hate. I remember that too. And it seemed like it was her going after Chris. And something she said, if they're not showing him, but they're only showing her reaction.
Context,
she does become the villain in the marriage, hence on the show.
I love this comment. Wait, hold on. What is her YouTube page? The lady on live with Kempire.
Hey, Tisha.
We post the link in the live chat for those that don't know. But it's also tagged in the title for those that are watching on YouTube. Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook, on Twitch, and Twitter. You can just head on over to WeGo Podcast on YouTube, or just put Taria and Kempire. I'm sure our collaborations will come up and you'll see it there too. But again, I will be posting the link in the description after the live. I just forgot today. It's okay. But I do remember Sherelle being mentioned in Winter's interview with Queen Sheba, which we're going to talk about. But what was your reaction, though, to what Monique had to say about Carlos in this interview?
It was almost embarrassing because of the way Carlos talks so much about protecting Black women and goes after Bravo for not protecting Black women. To hear a Black woman say, he did me worse than the white folks. It's one thing. We know, thank you, Foxy the Swede. We know if you're non-white, let's just keep it real, you're already on guard and you kind of already know how you could be done in this world. But when it comes from somebody who looks like you, especially when they tricked you, it hurts even worse.
Yeah.
So when she said that, it was like she already had the experience on Real Housewives of Potomac. Lover, hater, an experience was had over there that probably made her like. So now she's being offered this show. It's going to focus on authentic Black storytelling, only for it to be flipped on you. And then not only do you want to flip it on me, you don't even want to pay me what we talked about being paid. Nah, I'm good. So if I was her, it almost push me away from any type of reality TV. You can't trust these folks and you can't trust the ones that look like you. So I feel for her. I really felt for her in that.
Yeah, most definitely. Guys, if you're just joining us, don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. But if you're part of the replay crew, be sure to check out the description for all of our sources and Taria. So make sure you follow her there. But also, don't forget to subscribe to the Kempire Podcast and give us a 5-star rating. While you're subscribing to my podcast, subscribe to Taria's and give her a 5-star as well. I know it's a lot of homework, but we as Black content creators, it's Black History Month. It's Black History Month, so support Black content creators, okay? All right. Well, since we're talking about Love and Marriage DC and Monique speaking out about her experience, Winter did it first. Winter, you remember Winter, who was deemed the relationship expert, and she's like, they knew I wasn't a relationship expert when I started the show. I had done it, but I was no longer doing that. But they wanted to paint a different narrative about her. So let me just play a couple of clips. This is from Queen Sheba's YouTube channel. I've posted the link in the description of this video. So take a look at this.
And that I was no longer a relationship coach. They wanted me to roll with that title because it capitalized off of the same thing, yet I was villainized for my experience.
Who villainized you? Keep it real.
I believe, honestly, production, editing, that was their choice to paint it as okay, so let's back up a bit.
Okay.
This is important.
Okay.
And I say that was their choice because they knew I was no longer a relationship coach and eliminated my ability to explain that I was no longer a relationship coach. They wanted me to roll with that title because it tied into me being a relationship coach, yet I can't choose a person in a relationship.
So who set that up? Carlos King?
Whoever makes the decisions of the
We
editing.
call a name.
Whoever makes the decision. Carlos has always said, you guys blame me for everything. I don't make the decisions. So if it's not him, it's whoever he puts in charge, right? It's production.
Well,
It's
he
editing.
signs off. What it can't leave the door. It can't go out the door without your final approval. So would it be safe that the final approval would come from Carlos King?
I would say it came from him, and he
Okay.
okayed me being painted as
A
I'm a
villain.
relationship coach that can't choose a relationship. Therefore, I'm a villain because, again, this is all building blocks, right? She's a relationship coach who can't choose, who has all of these bad experiences. Therefore, I am jealous of my castmates' healthy marriages.
So he set you up
Ciao.
from the onset. Carlos King set you up to basically dequalify you, dequalify your credentials. Because
all the things.
All the things.
Ooh.
There was more. I was busy today, y'all. I was trying to do all the things at the same time, going to doctor's appointments, going to play, but I'm listening. I'm talking to Taria, plotting and planning what we need to talk about. And then I was like, oh wait, I need to talk about this. Because again, the plot thickens in regards to Carlos King and the accusations from his former reality TV personalities. So Winter does talk a little bit more. She also revealed in this interview about she couldn't give because of contractual reasons exactly how much she made on the show. But she did reveal that she didn't make anything more than $2,500. And I have this picture here that I wanted to highlight to you. Team Candy Always on Twitter had posted this because as I was researching, I saw this. And he said, child, Carlos King is out here paying his talent, allegedly, $2,500 per episode. According to Winter, it was actually less than $2,500, but she couldn't give us the exact amount. And she says that Monique made less than $3,000. And she explains in the interview how she knew that for a fact because Monique told her to ask for what she was making.
Yep.
I think that was kind of cool of Monique to be like,
yeah,
girl, I'm making this, ask for this.
Yeah. Because she could have left her out there because wasn't the minimum $250? She said it was from $250 to $2,500. She gave a range. And I thought I
don't remember a range.
She gave a range. She said, you can make,
$250.
I promise you, we're going to go back. Y'all in the chat, y'all, please let me know if y'all remember. She gave a range. And it wasn't 500. It was like from 250 up to 2,500, which is why I believe she said Monique made less than 3,000. So can you imagine getting paid $250 per episode?
But again, I'm going to defend Carlos for a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Some of those decisions are not made at the production level. A lot of those decisions are made at the network level.
Yeah.
Just want to say that.
That's very true.
So Team Candy says, child, Carlos King out here paying his talent $2,500 per episode. Winter said, pimping for pennies. Instead of baiting his guests on his podcast to bash Candy in the top Black reality shows on Bravo, he should really redirect his energy because what the F?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Winter went on to say a little bit more. And I'm going to play this clip for you guys. For those that are just joining us, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share the video. We're breaking down some of what Carlos King's past former employees had to say about him or alleging about him.
By who?
So I was not used to men yelling and being that, in my opinion, aggressive. It was not stopped.
By who?
It wasn't stopped by Carlos. It wasn't stopped by production. It wasn't stopped by network. Let's be clear.
Okay.
Network was present and on site. I met every last one of them.
Okay. Similar to Martell Hope going off on set. I heard he put his hands on somebody, but go ahead. So it wasn't stopped.
It wasn't stopped. I remember, and at first I thought it was crazy. I'm not even kidding. I remember hearing one of the producers on set, as the men are yelling and calling me all sorts of whatevers, there's another man on set, he's a producer, yelling, get her, get her, get her, get her. And I was like, this is, I, as God is my witness, I am not kidding.
Are you serious?
I believe, I promise you, I feel like I mentally checked out to not crack or cry or, it was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing. I thought I was losing my mind. I'm so serious, but that is what I heard. And I thought I had made it up. Oh, goodness. My hair, my makeup, my stylist at the time could all see what was happening. So we had like a little break in between. And this is the first time I had ever worked with my makeup artist, actually.
You need a moment?
No, I'm good.
Sure?
She leaned down and like touched up my makeup. And she said, "Are you okay?" She said, I am angry. She said, "Winter, this is verbal abuse. Are you okay?" And I was like,
oh, take your time. And we don't have to talk about it because I don't want you to have to go through that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm about to cry. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm so sorry.
No, a lot of people.
I know the reunion was bad, and I did hear the curse words and the B words, but I guess they added a bunch of it out.
Well,
but I had no idea producers were participating and encouraging that type of behavior, especially because you did not have a man.
No.
From what I can recall, you had
nobody. It was
a solo woman.
Correct.
Amongst couples. Let me pause for a second. Because, there's been talks of just some of the things that the Black women are enduring within that franchise. We've seen it play out. I've seen it play out. Let me just keep it real. On the other side of that with Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yeah.
But to know that type of behavior is encouraged and promoted to the point you could hear a male producer saying, get her.
Yeah.
Has that ever been addressed behind the scenes? Has anybody ever come to you, apologize, check on you?
No, I remember, goodness. So she touched my makeup up. We finished. I was shell-shocked. I remember Carlos coming up to me and he was like, "I know that was a lot, but you are strong and you're going to be okay. And I wish you the best and thank you for coming to the
wow.
Okay, Taria, you're when I first heard, because everyone was talking about the pay portion of this interview, I didn't remember anyone mentioning what Winter went through and what Winter revealed, that a producer allegedly behind the scenes says, get her. What?
As the men on the show were calling her the B word and all kinds of stuff. And she's sitting there by herself. And I do believe she went on to say that someone called her mom for her so her mom could talk to her after all of that was over. One thing I'm so tired of is Black folks, and I'm going to say Black men, particularly Carlos, causing destruction and distress to Black women and then saying, you're going to be okay because you're strong. You caused this destruction, and even if you didn't cause it, you didn't stop it. You did not create a safe space or a safe environment for me. You actually cultivated a false narrative around me to get the heat, not just from the cast, but from viewers. Because Carlos knows how TV works, from viewers. And then you want to tell me you're strong, you can handle it. Thanks for coming. Translation, thank you for getting the ratings up. Equals dollars and another season for him.
It's gaslighting.
It's at its finest. And these are things that could actually mentally take somebody out of here. I can imagine sitting amongst a group of people and having these men come at me, and I have no man behind me. We've seen it a lot on Atlanta with Kenya. Yeah. I wasn't the biggest Kenya fan, but they would always come after her and she would be by herself. Yeah. And you watched it happen. I don't understand how Black men who have Black mothers and Black sisters are okay with seeing another Black woman treated this way. I truly, truly don't.
And you're supposed to be the moderator.
And you're the moderator, but you're too busy trying to be in the mess and the moderator. You can't do both.
Yeah.
And then you try to manage the chaos you created by tying it in a pretty bow. Thank you so much for coming. You're so strong. You can go.
And my thing is is that even truly genuine?
No, right. It can't be. To me, I remember I wasn't Winter's biggest fan either at first. Love her. But then watching her and everybody come against her, it's like, my God. And then when you really start to pay attention to what's happening, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. But they create all this confusion, I believe, so that the person can't tell the truth. Winner didn't have a chance to say, wait a minute, you created this false, everybody's coming at her. It's going to be shut down. And at the end of the day, you now find out I can say what I want to say, but it doesn't mean it's going to be shown.
Yeah. And that's a danger. When we talk about reality television and why, people are like, would you ever do reality television? No. I know too much about what they can manipulate. I know what those contracts look like. I don't want any involvement in it because they can make you think that you're a good person, and reality television can make you not a good person. I know Winter even talked about in this interview that she figured out from a journalist in talking with them, like, you're so nice. It's so surprising because you're like the villain this season.
And she was shocked.
And this is why I always say, a lot of people go by, you can't blame the edit. You can't blame the edit. They've said this for so many years. But based on what I've seen and experienced and what we've seen, the edit in context matters. It can make you from understanding where a person is coming from to be like, I can't stand that person, thinking that you know them.
Yes.
And you really don't. You're getting a snapshot into who they are. I know we kiki and we laugh and we talk about some of these shows, but do I personally in my heart like, oh, I don't like this person? No. The same with Carlos. I just said this about Carlos. I don't know this man. What I can gather from what people have said about him and what he's shown.
Yes.
I don't think I would turn my back on him or work with him.
Something that you said, when people say don't blame the edit or they can't use what you didn't say. Mm-hmm. We know that they can put different things together because somebody may say, Taria, a producer could be in the show saying, Taria, you always talk about black sayings that your grandmom said growing up. Give me one. And I may say, I know God don't make no junk. Mm-hmm. And then they edit that with you saying the same thing for something totally different. And then it looks like I'm calling you junk. And it's like, no, that's not I said it, but that's not the order that I said it in.
Look, Bravo's not innocent either because it allegedly in their contracts, and we've seen it. We've talked about this with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They can take the audio of you saying that and place it somewhere else. They can place it in a whole nother season if they wanted to. We've seen it. If you don't see their face saying it, you question it. And now with the whole AI, if you don't know if you've seen it on Netflix, with AI, when they're dubbing it, they can make it seem like the person's actually saying it in English, but they're actually saying it in their language. AI is crazy.
Well, I will tell you that years ago, there was a Reddit thread about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. It was wild. I don't know how this person got access, but they had access to different things like about Joe and Melissa. And they posted a Real Housewives of New Jersey contract. And I saw with my own eyes it saying, I'm paraphrasing, but basically what you just said, we can film it out of order. We can make you look anyway. Like it says it in the contract. So there were scenes, I'll never forget Real Housewives of Orange County. I was on Tamara's behind. It was a couple seasons ago, and I think Kelly Dodd may have still been on the show. They were all out to dinner, and you hear Tamara say something. You see them leaving a restaurant, getting into a black car, but then they don't show the interior. They show the black car going down the highway, and you hear Tamara say something. And she came out and was like, y'all, I said that a totally different day about something totally different. You didn't see me say it. Mm-hmm. Cynthia, Housewives of Atlanta, when Kenya comes to something she was doing and Nene was there, Kenya was pregnant, and Cynthia said, did you see me actually say out of my mouth something about me not telling Nene? She said, you didn't see me say it. So we know that Carlos worked for them, so he has picked up
tricks
something.
Of the game.
Yeah.
The king of reality television.
Wait.
Me. Hi. The problem is me. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're here with Taria Faison from the What Else Is Going On podcast. Make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel and her podcast. Our mods are posting links in the description. We're talking about former employees of Carlos King, the king of reality television, self-proclaimed. I get it. I'm self-proclaimed. No, actually, someone called me king of pop culture in an early interview, and that's why I said I'm gonna stick with that.
I'm calling it to you are the king of pop. You are the king of pop culture.
Oh.
Like, I was doing, I am the fifth member. That's what it was supposed to sound like.
Wait, where's my fifth member?
I am the fifth member. He are. You are the king of pop culture. How about that?
Thank you. All right, guys, we have a couple of more things to unpack in regards to this Carlos. We've done a lot of research. We just played some clips from an interview that Winter did with Queen Sheba. We've cited our sources in the description. Go give that a watch if you want to see the full interview, okay? All right. Did I have any other things that I wanted to share, Taria, in regards to this? Oh my God, we covered so much.
We covered
an hour and a half.
Do you think that we'll be, maybe once this goes to trial, we should be in the courtrooms?
Not
recording live.
Trial. Not you predicting it. Okay. All right.
Oh, I even got the name of our wherever Kemp goes, we go. Get it?
Okay, clever. Look, do I think this is the last time that we'll be talking about Carlos King? No. But there's been so much information that has come up over the last couple of weeks. And I said, all right. And then you sent me the text about, it was something else in regard. It was So Gucci's interview. And I said, I was like, here we go again. And then, of course, with Melody Sheree Rodgers coming out and saying that she's not returning, which is a big deal because she is a producer of Love and Marriage Huntsville. She will continue to have that credit. But I pretty much said in my head, the show is over without Melody being a part of it. But
Martell, he was sitting up there skinning and grinning like a Cheshire cat using Destiny. But you ought to know that without Melody, there's no story for you because those folks don't even like you because you're a loose cannon. They don't like you.
The possibility of bringing Coleslaw on.
To me, nobody cares now. Melody's not there. You're not going to get a reaction. And to me, that would be like, it would be so obvious that this is just to keep the show on. This is just for ratings because you couldn't do any better than this. And we don't need to learn any more about you because you've given us all this information, Coleslaw, for free on IG Lives, on Instagram. You're not even using your YouTube and getting monetized for it.
Well, the last time she used her YouTube channel, she had a side chick convention.
Sure.
Okay. Taria, do you have time for us to take some calls from our members?
Yes.
You need a break?
I'm good.
Oh, look at you. I had to take a little bit of a break. I feel like
I said, he gone. Oh, he back.
Y'all drink so much water. I don't know how y'all do it. If you are a member of the channel, shout out to our members. We appreciate your support. I'm going to drop the call-in link for you guys. I'm only giving you 30 seconds. I'm sorry. I can't give you a minute because y'all take a mile. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Shout out to the 5,000 of you almost 5,000 of you that are watching this recap. It's Black History Month. Go give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Okay. Go follow Taria. Let's get to Taria. Where are we at in regards to subscribers? Let's get it to 3,000. There's 5,000 of you here.
Y'all did it last
3 months. Don't be racist.
2.79.
And the last time you were here, you were at what? You hit 2,000, right?
I was at 1,900, and then I hit 2,000, and then I hit like 23, like that whole. And then when we started today, I was at 2.71, and I'm at 2.79 now.
Brandy says, you say that, but these people be talking. We're going to cut them off, okay? We're going to cut them off. Okay. All right. I don't know if we will have time to put the link in the live chat, but let me see. Where are we with the likes live chat? Let me see where we are with the likes. We're almost at 2,000 likes. Oh, that is a record for you guys. But we have we have 4,300 of you watching. So let's get the likes up. I do want to address these comments. Tawana in the live chat says, I got a feeling it was the showrunner, Marcus, who we saw during this recent Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion guy, because they kind of showed him yelling at Antoinette and Bell Collective. Or am I the only one who saw that? I don't know. I don't watch Bell Collective like that, not chapter and verse. I did watch the reunion, but I don't remember that. I don't care who it was. Whoever it was is unprofessional. This is not what you should be doing. Not get her. In regards to Winter revealing that in her Queen Sheba interview. 2025 Checkmate says, whoever is saying this is what they sign up for, which is common for what people. Yeah. This is not what people sign up for when you take it and change it around to fit your narrative. Don't be so stupid. We're not going to call people stupid, but okay. I get what you're saying, because that is the narrative. This is what you signed up for. You signed over your life to this. Okay. All right. Let me get to some quick calls. We're giving you 30 seconds. That's it. Okay. All right. Let me put up my little disclaimer. Guys, don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to New York City next Friday with Brooke Ashley. Get your tickets today. More information on that and a live stream option is available in the description. So all 4,000 of you, even if you don't live in New York City, go get a live stream ticket. And if you're in New York City, come out the house. It's a Friday night.
Yeah.
Don't be lame. Mind you, on a Friday night, where am I?
In the house.
Nice and cuddly. But if there's somebody I like, I'm going to go see them. Say, all right, let me put this up. All right. The opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of the Kempire LLC, myself, our sponsors, Taria, and all her entities. Okay. Everything that they say is alleged. Okay. Jasmine says, Kemp, we can't say anything in 30 seconds. Figure it out. Okay. I'm going to bring up Brooklyn Star first. Hold on. Brooklyn Star, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. Hi, Taria. How are you guys?
Hi.
I wanted to say that Carlos seems to gang up on one type of particular women that seem on these shows, the ones that have a little bit more confidence in themselves, a little bit more savvy. I feel like that their confidence can be beaten down. I feel like they get targeted. And I feel like even under pressure, Mel was actually really smart about the way she questioned Destiny to make her elaborate how she was coming, like, on Mel's behavior. And also, I think she did a smart thing, like a night or two before, coming out with all her receipts to be like, I dare you to play that clip. She's setting up for a lawsuit. I think she played everything really well to protect herself. That's all.
Thank you, Brooklyn Star.
No problem.
See? Give you 30 seconds. You go over a little bit. It's fine. It's still under a minute. Okay. All right. DM is backstage. We're going to bring DM next. DM, what did you want to share about this hot topic?
All right, I have to go really fast. Okay, so what really caught on with me when I really synced in with all the allegations with Carlos is the fact that he took Candy's story. Everybody will say Candy is boring, but that's because she has no drama. And then to see the hurt relive in her eye, it just full circle. I was like, not all of these could be wrong. And you guys just made my day happy because I've been going through a lot. And my husband told me to get off the phone with you guys. So that's more than 30. I've had my 30 seconds, right? So good night, everybody.
Sending you love.
Take care. I apologize, guys. I must have hit the setting where I'm missing your super chats. Let me just say thank you. Tay, thank you so much for the super chat. Tay says, I got tickets for the New York City show. Does premiere seating include the meet and greet? What time is the meet? See you there. Can't wait to meet you. It does. I will get back to you in regards to the time of the meet and greet because that's their job. It's not mine. But yeah, I'll get back to you guys in regards to the meet and greet. More than likely, it'll be after the show. And I know the show is late, but more than likely, it'll be after the show. All right. If I missed your super chat, guys, I apologize I must have clicked the port. I forgot where you go to fix that in regards to the super chats, but I will fix that later. It's all right. But thank you guys so much for the super chats. We appreciate the support. All right. And the Cash Apps and the Venmos and all the things. Okay. All right. So Lee's backstage. We're going to bring Lee up next. Lee, what's going on?
Hey, how are you guys?
How are you?
Hi.
Doing good. Can't wait to see you next Friday, Kemp. And I hope I get to come to the DC show to meet you, Taria. But really what I want to say is I don't really watch any of the own reality shows. And Carlos is the exact reason why, because I feel like he's just trying to duplicate Housewives. But in the process, he's just making it messy. It's like every time I hear something about Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's like the worst mess I've ever heard in my life. So it's just it's not worth it. I don't want to see Black women be subjected to something like that. And of what the last caller said too, trying to take Candy's story, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You don't take words out of Black women's mouths ever. So that's pretty much that. And yeah, see ya. See you tomorrow for your dating show. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye. Yes, guys, we will be doing our dating show for Valentine's Day for the lonely folks that don't have a Valentine. I'll be there, so I don't have one either. Okay. That will be tomorrow. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. We'll see. And you never know. I get a date last minute. And I'm
You
like,
ain't gonna be there.
y'all.
Can I just say, I say this every time, but every time I see another picture, another profile picture of one of your followers, like gorgeous.
Right?
I think you have the best looking, gorgeous. Yes.
I really do. All right, let me get to the rest of these calls. Stop wasting time, Taria. Play it. All right. I did drop the call to link for the general audience as well for those that want to call in. Again, please respect the timer. And please keep in mind, this will be repurposed for later. So people will have opinions. We don't moderate adults for the replay crew, so don't attack people for their opinions, okay? All right, Khadijah's backstage. I'm going to bring Khadijah up next. Khadijah, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire. Hey, Taria. I just wanted to say I love when you guys collab. Shout out to Brooke Ashley. When you guys are all together, it is a dynamic trio. You guys always make my night, and I always look forward to going back and watching the replay. So thank you for the content. Have a good night, you guys. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
I didn't even put the timer on. Thank you, Khadijah.
You just said I'm in, I'm out.
Yeah. Okay. Before I can even think about it, I was like, oh, wait. Oh, she's done. All right. All right. We're going to bring Rasani up next. Rasani, what did you want to share?
I'm sure you'll remember the timer from me, but hey, Taria.
Hey,
I subscribe to you. Love you.
Thank you.
Love you guys together. You, Brooke, and Kempire. I think you guys should add Rodney DeVois to your panel when you do the Housewives breakdown next time.
You're not a producer. You love Rodney, but you're not a producer. You're 30 seconds.
Just a suggestion. Quick quest. First, when Love and Marriage Huntsville started, I watched season 1. I was like, oh, this is good. You know, I like to see Black people in this light. And then I just stopped. I just listened to you guys' reviews. Quick question, Kempire. Because I did the streaming for the show. Is it for the entire show? Do we get to see the audience ask questions? Are we able to ask questions?
You won't be able to ask questions, but you will be able to hear everything.
Okay. Well, see you all soon. Love you. Bye.
Rosati's been watching a long time too. Shout out to our community. We have curated the best community ever, and we are sharing that community over at Taria's YouTube channel. So make sure you follow her. Have we hit 3,000 yet?
Let me check and see.
We're gonna bring up Nasra next. Hold on, Nasra, what's going on?
Hi guys, I just want to send you guys all love, and I do like to call you guys a diabolical trio when you guys, flab, so I love that, because you do the right amount of mess and the right amount of shadiness. I love it. So I want to spread that love to you guys. But the side note, the one thing I want to say about Carlos King, I want to keep it quick because he makes me real anxious when you're on a timeline, is he just doesn't like Black women. I just don't think he likes Black women. I'm sorry, I hate to say this. I just feel these people, when they attack Black. When I saw Mel, when they accused her of that mess, I saw the clip it fell. I was in shock. Nobody defended her. Nobody said anything for her. And I agree with you, Taria. This seems to always happen when a woman doesn't have a husband or a man or a boyfriend behind her. And it's true. And I'm just like, how are you guys talking about something that's so personal, so crazy? And Martell needs to realize, they can come after you too, sir. Like, right. You're grinning I'm sorry. Let's keep it. He just hates Black women. That's the end. Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Thanks, Nasra. Take care. Thing is still under a minute. Thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate the support. I wish we could show the super sticker on live, but you can only see it on YouTube. But thank you so much, Fatu, for the super sticker. We appreciate it. All right, let me get to the rest of these callers. Winter's backstage. We're going to bring, not the Winter, our Winter is backstage. Hey, Winter.
The one and only Winter. No, let me stop.
I know that's right. Hey, Winter. Good. I feel like I know y'all because I'll be listening on the replay when y'all be calling in.
So my thoughts are, I don't trust Carlos. As a fellow Aries, I don't trust somebody who's too smiley, yes, oh my God, I love you, girl. Yeah, I love you, girl. Like, no, you don't. You don't love everybody. I need you to just keep it a buck when you're doing these interviews. So I already knew he was up to some funny stuff. But when I saw Destiny really trying to play Melody like that, I looked at her like, you really want this smoke? Like, yeah, I know Melody's about her business. Like, this show really don't have no legs to stand on without Melody. So I really don't understand how they're going to bring it back. because we really don't want to see the remaining characters. Like, it's just not working. Yeah, so that's my opinion. But, all right, see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Winter. Oh, Winter's going to be calling in for our dating show. Winter called in before. Miss Bernice is backstage. We're going to bring Miss Bernice up. Miss Bernice, what's going on?
Hello. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? I love you two together. I really do.
Thank you. That is an honor, Miss Bernice. Thank you.
Okay, let me try to be politically correct and stay Christ-like when I'm describing these people. Back in the day when we growing up, we used to watch Dallas and Dynasty, and we used to be so gung-ho, going to school the next day talking about elections and all that great stuff. But what the difference is from then to now, these people are playing themselves. Okay?
Yeah.
And once you sign that contract, you have no control over what they're going to edit and show you as you playing you. Yeah. And with Destiny, I'm sorry. With that pit bull stare that she kept giving Mel, when she was describing that lie, was ridiculous. Because, boo, it didn't make you look good at all. It made Mel look like the queen that she is because she didn't come back at you. Because you kept saying, I want you to be my village. But now you're afraid of your village. You wasn't afraid of that village when she was helping you out financially.
Yeah. All right.
But now suddenly you're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to leave.
Thank you, Ms.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
I love you too. Okay.
Bye. My community is hilarious. All right. Twana Don is backstage. We're going to bring Twana up next. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are breaking down some of the accusations that have been made against reality TV producer and podcaster Carlos King. As you know, he's been in the headlines a lot lately from his former reality TV stars that have come out and allegedly might be filing lawsuits against not just him, production, and possibly OWN. Stay tuned. If you want the update on this, make sure you're following both of our channels because Taria covers a lot of what I cover as well. All right.
Can I say something to Miss Bernice, though? I feel a little slighted because I was waiting for Miss Bernice to say, what up, though?
Oh. Okay. What up, though?
There we go. Okay.
What up, though? From the D, no problem.
Thank you, Miss Bernice.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
You can tell Taria definitely listens to the channel.
Yes.
All right. Let's bring up Twana Don. Twana Don, what did you want to share?
Yo, one, I'm going to say, what's up, you guys? I miss y'all. I'm so sorry about the performance. I had some great questions, and I don't know why I thought it was only for Stacey because I had some for you, Kempire. But no, next time I'm going to catch you on another show.
It's okay. I don't invite the reality TV personalities because y'all want to have your moments with me, but they busy there trying to have their moments.
Well, I love Stacey. She was a perfect addition to the show.
She was.
So I was going to focus on her, but I got you next time.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Few topics. Monique, I don't trust her as far as I can see her, and I'm in Philly now, so I can't see her at all. Winter, I don't understand why she returned to the show if she felt treated so poorly. I can't see a show without Melanie. I think it's time. It's been time. She had that Nene complex that I just dislike. I hate when they allow themselves to get too big-headed and sit here like, oh, you just want to, go against the champ here, the boss. And, I just didn't like that whole dynamic. So she could go. I'm good. Her and her tight suit ex-husband. Well, but he could stay. He could stay. I'm gone.
Goodbye, Twan. My motivation is completely different, y'all. All right, we have Born to Win backstage. We're going to bring Born to Win up next. Born to Win, what did you have to say? Born to Win? Oh, I can't hear you, Born to Win. Drop out Born to Win and call back in. Okay, we're going to bring up Michael Noel next. Michael, what did you share? What's going on, Michael?
Hey, Kempire. Hey. All right, so real quick. Carlos is evil, okay? Now, this ain't going to be too nuanced or too thought-provoking because I only got 30 seconds. But they make it out of all of the content producers, even on YouTube, like you can see his motivation is not pure. Okay. So that's like the main thing that I just wanted to say about that. And that's it. Because I only prepared 30 seconds worth of a commentary. So
okay. I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you for calling in.
I got you next time, though. I got you next time. I promise. Because I want to go more in depthly about Candy's story and how they were cheated, what really happened. That's something I want to talk about at a later time. But
Okay.
y'all have a good one.
You too. Thanks, Michael. All right. We have a few more people backstage. Are you still good, Taria?
I'm still good.
Corey got you dinner?
I literally was texting him. I said, Subway.
Me dinner too, because I ain't got a boo to get me dinner. Anyway, he's all right. All right. We're going to bring up Ranting with Ricardo next. Ranting with Ricardo, what's going on?
Hi, thank you for letting me up. Y'all look amazing.
Thank you.
Cute.
I feel like this is a consistent theme with Carlos. If something doesn't go his way, the people who are, let's just call them what they are, employees of his or are in his orbit kind of catch HE double hockey sticks because, this is your platform. I don't want to curse on here and I'm a cusser. I got a mouth like a sailor. I just something to point out. She gets accused of being a groomer, just like someone got accused of being a grape juicer. And nobody has made the correlation that once you fall out with this person or once something happens, allegedly, that they don't like, these are the accusations you get. Or if you take a look at what happened with Heavenly. Heavenly caught HE double hockey stick. She caught the brunt of it when they were talking about, this show from the fans, the people who like Mel, the people who don't like Mel. She caught the brunt of it and he didn't. And also, I'm just put this out there for the rest of the people. The way, Dusty, Big Dusty, Bug Eyes, what she said on the stage, what she described, listen, don't have them conversations with your friends no more or people you consider your friends. Don't ask them type of questions. What's your favorite position? If y'all just having, conversation because y'all talking about
I'm
sex.
not having those conversations with my friends.
Don't have those conversations no more because people like that will say that you're trying to groom them. And it's just listen, people have these conversations, but they also is not a crazy thing to have these conversations. But don't have these conversations no more, people, because then they're going to be trying to tell you something you're not.
Okay.
But y'all really...
Ranting with Ricardo, you have gone over the minute. So
yeah, sorry.
No, to be respectful to everyone who's waiting. Thank you so much for calling in. Bye. And then, look, there will always be one person, but we understand. Normally, I take a lot longer. When we have guests, y'all lucky I'm even taking callers. I normally don't take callers when we have guests. Okay? All right, we're going to bring Show Styles and Spirit. That's not your real name.
That's not the name. That's how you know me, Kempire. How are you?
That's not her name. Okay. What's going on?
Yes, thank you for having me. I subscribe to your channel, Wago Podcast.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to say that I feel like CK, in my opinion, he meddles with people whom he thinks does not really need the money. They're really just on reality TV to expand their brand or spread awareness about something. A good example for me is Akeisha Cologne on Bell Collective. Her husband is a retired NFL player. He's also a sports commentator. So they have money coming in. She doesn't need to be on Bell Collective. And he gave her a disrespectful edit in their opening thing for the show where she was dancing and she was just playing around. She didn't think that production would choose that for their opening. And similarly, I feel like everyone that has like a spouse who's working a dual income, he's going to meddle with you and you're going to have a hard time. But those who may need the money from the show, they become his favorites because they will do anything. They become like the producer's pet.
Like Leticia from Bell Collective?
That's who I was thinking.
Like Leticia. Yes, her husband quit his job. She didn't even know he was quitting. And of course, she, in my opinion, is his favorite on that show. And the second favorite is Latrice.
He calls her the Kyle Richards of Bell Collective, and he loves Kyle. That's what he calls her. Yes.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. If he thinks that you're desperate, you're going to be his favorite because he thinks you'll do anything to be on TV. And on LAMH, obviously, his favorites are Destiny. She's going through all this legal drama with her ex-husband. She has a kid she has to take care of.
I don't know if he's her favorite. Based off the reunion, you could see he's been dragging her a lot, but I wouldn't be surprised that she's willing to do whatever she needs to do in order to keep this position.
Because she needs the money, like on a serious note. And I think as soon as he figures that out, you're his favorite. He's going to get you to do all the dirty work.
Especially now without Melody.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like,
No.
"We love you, Destiny. I apologize for being so messy with you during this reunion."
Oh, she's coming. She's coming back because the whole storyline now about her ex pressing charges on her, trying to get her to go back, and so we know he's gonna bring her back for that.
Yeah.
But I think this upcoming
Ebony,
season of Calling Your Mates will be
I
the
hate to cut you off.
response.
I want to be fair. Ebony, I want to be fair.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks for having me up.
Thank you so much for calling in. Bye.
No problem.
See, I gotta be the bad guy when people call in and rush them off. When I don't have a guest, I usually don't rush them off. I let them finish their thought, but I have to be the bad guy. Okay. When Tay Talk says this conversation needed to be had on a platform of this size and by someone that can really think and have some sense. Well, thank you, When Tay Talks. I appreciate that. All right. I do want to say thank you. We had a super chat. Hold on. Prosperity 60 says, great live. Love this community. Thank you so much, Prosperity. We appreciate it. Guys, you can also support the channel just by liking this video, by heading on over to Taria Faison's podcast and YouTube channel, We Go Podcast. All of that is tagged in the title, or you can just put Taria and Kempire. Her channel will come up. All right. All right. We're going to bring up our last. We have like 4 more callers, and that's it. Are you good?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Mind you, she says, I'm not. I gotta go.
You have that right. I promise you, I'm good.
All right. Let me bring up Hayad. Hayad, what did you want to share about this conversation on Carlos King?
Hey, I'm so happy you guys are together. By the way,
thank you.
Flawless skin. Mashallah. Flawless. I just watched it glisten. Anyways, I just wanted to say, do you guys remember when Carlos King had this show called The Next 15? You remember that? Do you remember that weird thing that Gloria Gavan did on that show where she pretty much said a lot of racist stuff and said that there's too much black people here. We need more mixed people on this show. And Tiffany New York was the only one that put her to task on that reunion. Karamo was eating her butt. So was Carlos King. So was all of them. And I just think like every show I ever watch of Carlos King's, I always feel like he does black women such a disservice. And that's being like nice. But anyways, it's such a great live. I'm gonna keep watching. I love it so much.
I didn't even start the timer. Damn it.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
She was still short. Okay. I'm not going to forget for everyone else. Okay. Braylon, I'm going to bring you up next. Braylon, what did you want to share?
Hey, you guys. Hopefully all is well with y'all. Hi. I wanted to read this quote very quickly because Carlos said this in a rap article. The state of reality is really interesting because you have some people who are joining for the wrong reasons. They want the quick thing, the quick money. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's their inability to give their real stories. When you have something from the audience that's a no-no, I have no interest in working with anybody who's hiding their real lives. So you mean to tell me that Melody going to the American Reality Television Awards and winning the Queen of Reality TV, and that award show's been around 11 years, and you didn't give no credit to her, but yet you're hosting the Real Screen Awards in February, which already passed, but that award show's been around for 15 years. By the way, with Destiny, was it grooming when Tisha invited Destiny onto the girls' trip and Destiny was around Melody and said, I love you, and smacked her on the behind? Mm-hmm. And by the way, can we talk about not talking to your cast for a whole year, but yet DC wants to come back? And y'all do realize Reality with the King is just nightcap repackaged, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to say that. Love y'all both. Y'all keep going. Love you, chat. See y'all soon. Bye.
Thank you so much, Braylon. And look at it. Perfect timing. I mean, I gave a little leeway with the quote. Kind of like, oh, it's the quote. But perfect. And he gave us love. All right. Jazz is backstage. We're going to bring Jazz up next. Jazz, what did you want to share?
Well, thanks for taking my call. But I wanted to say I really used to love this show. I really did. But watching that last reunion and Destiny with the grooming and never even proving the point, just using it to just spill out a married woman's business, and Carlos just sitting there eating it up to where he couldn't even clock in to do his job. Mm-hmm. That actually bothered me. Yeah. I see a lot of discourse about how the show can be like such a negative impact, and I finally felt that. Like, I didn't really get it at first, but watching that last episode, I was like, I don't think I like this. It reminded me of when Melody did the live with Carlos, and she literally cried and told him, I didn't even want to get out of bed. She was like, there were so many days where she cried and she didn't want to get out of bed. And she said, like, when were y'all going to see me? And she said, y'all didn't start seeing me until things started happening to Carlos. And it just is very unfortunate to see that show once be so great fall, because I watch for Melody and like she's gone now. So what are the rest of y'all gonna do? Which is why Tisha and Marcel was on live asking the audience what we want to see. We want to see y'all lives.
Yes.
But I'm glad I made the time. You don't have to kick me off. I'm gonna go. But thank you again for taking my call.
Thank you, Jazz. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
That was
I
perfect.
didn't pay attention and make sure I hit the timer.
That was perfect what she said. They said, what do you want to see? She said, we want to see your lives.
Yeah, so for those that didn't hear what Jazz was saying, she was saying that Marceau and Tisha were on live saying, like, what do you guys want to see from the show going forward?
That's crazy.
Oh, God.
And can I address Braylon's quote when he literally quoted Carlos saying he's not interested in people who don't want to show their lives. Me and Kempire talked about this earlier. I don't know if y'all remember, but back when Carlos first started having his cast on, he had Marceau on. Marceau, I don't know if he realized that he probably, because the look on Carlos's face, that he maybe shouldn't have said it. But he said when he told Carlos he didn't want to do the show, Carlos was like, you don't have to talk about your life. Just talk about your business. Focus on Black. Focus on Black. So Carlos was going to let them just focus on Black. And we haven't really seen a lot about Marceau and Tisha's business. So you're out here giving quotes, making yourself the king of reality TV because you know reality. But behind the scenes, you're telling some of your cast, I want you on the show. Just talk about your business and not their lives.
All right, guys, can you guys give us an update on where Taria is in regards to her subscribers? We're trying to get to 3,000 over there on We Go Podcast here on YouTube. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to both of our podcasts on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. It's Black History Month. Give us a 5-star rating. Don't forget, the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to New York City next Friday. So get your tickets if you haven't. There is also a live stream option. So the conversation that we're having here, YouTube can't stop me from saying all the things that I want to say.
I know that's right. I'm at 2.85 from what I see, from what I can see.
Really? We have 4,000 plus, almost 5,000 between YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Really? Go subscribe, y'all. Okay. Sharon says, what's the name of her channel? Go ahead.
It is WEIGO Podcast. Stands for What Else Is Going On Podcast. Thank you, Sharon. That's my mama name. Thank you.
All right. Last but definitely not least, we're going to bring Bernice. Bernice, what did you want to share about this hot topic?
Hi, I just wanted to say that I don't watch Carlos or any of his shows, so I don't know any of these people you're talking about, but I did tap in just to listen to you. That was all, and I'll see you on Friday.
Thank you, Bernice. Take care.
Thank you, Bernice.
And she means next Friday, not Valentine's Day, y'all. They did give me that option for Valentine's. Like, y'all not going to come to see me on Valentine's Day. Y'all got things to do.
Well, it could have been a little date night.
That's true, too. For all of y'all and me up there performing tap dancing for y'all. Really? So I said, no, we're going to do the third week of February. Still Black History Month. Still Black History Month. So we're going to round this out.
Thank you, Pink Virgo Moon.
Say again?
I was thanking Pink Virgo Moon. She put the name of the channel into. Thank you.
Last thoughts on everything that we covered in regards to Carlos King's former employees, slowly but surely, and have been speaking out all the way from Candy Burst Tucker to today. We have Gucci speaking out, Aikisha both from Bell Collective. We hear Melody might be taking legal action allegedly. Monique has spoken out about it. Winter from Love and Marriage DC also has spoken out about it. What have you gotten from this conversation? And what do you think Carlos can do? Look, let's give him some advice.
I feel like it's almost sad in a way because we had a Black man that said he wanted to create safe spaces for Black people to show their authentic lives, show them building homes, building up communities, show them in Black healthy marriages, Black healthy families. And now we're here. It's like all of that for what? For $1? He has said before that drama sells. So you can't come in with the mindset, I'm going to uplift the Black community while also thinking that drama sells. The two don't mix. And let's be clear, you put a group of 6 people together, there's going to be some type of drama. It just happens naturally.
Yeah.
But him creating narratives and spinning narratives, that's what I don't like. If all of this was authentic drama, as ugly as it is, we would have no choice but to say, this is what's really happening. But you're creating this. And there's such a level of toxicity across his shows. I don't know how you come back from that, to be honest. I don't know what he can say. He's slick at the tongue. He's fast with anybody who's a fast talker, so I don't know that he can come back from it. I will say the piece of advice I could give him is please stop saying, let's have a real conversation, because you're not having real conversations, especially not with people who look like me. I'm not really interested. I loved Bell Collective, and the hollering, the screaming, the fighting, they've gotten physical. I don't want to see that. And to me, you're no better than Bravo, even though you think you are. You're no better. If anything, again, you're worse, because you're taking people that look like you and you're using them for your own personal gain. Clearly, not even theirs.
Guys, give us an update on where we are in regards to Taria's YouTube channel. Have we hit 3,000 yet? I think we were close. We were like 2.9.
2.93. Oh my God.
2.93. Wait, yeah, 2.93. There we go. Leah says, Kempire, you could have thanked the Virgo too. We see you. Why I see it says Destiny is grooming that Carlos always has sex with his cast in interviews. Oh wait, no, how I see it's asking a question. Destiny, is it grooming that Carlos always has sex conversations with his cast in interviews?
Can we ask this question? How old was Lance? How old is Kimmy's son? So should we be saying, say Des, we hear you like them young? Because they're young. Miss Destiny Payton. Okay, moving on.
Dun, dun. I'm sorry.
Say Des.
Had to, look. All right. First of all, I want to thank Taria Faison from the What Else Is Going On podcast for being here. Again, guys, all of her information will be after this live in the description, but in the title, her YouTube channel is tagged. So click that and you'll be able to head on over to her YouTube channel and subscribe. I want to thank our mods, because this was a very large recap that we had. Nearly 5,000 of you, and probably so many more of you will be watching us in the replay. We appreciate you guys. And of course, thank you to our channel members. We can't do this. We can't keep the lights on. We can't keep spending time for me to create what we're creating here on the channel and continue creating without your monthly support. So shout out to those of you that have been members for years. We appreciate you. We appreciate our subscribers. I get it. Not everyone can afford being a member of the channel. That's fine. We appreciate you being here. Make sure that you're still subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on so you don't miss out on breaking news. Be sure to check out the description in regards to our sponsorship for today, Factor Meals. And again, for those that might be seeing your boo after Valentine's Day, you still have time to get a little something from Rose Forever. The information will be available in the description. And everything else, Kempire and Taria Faison, and the content creators that we cited in today's live will be in the description. Because what we do over here, Taria would say it with me,
we cite our sources.
Taria, you messed that up.
No. Can I just say, he really is about that. Before I even met Kempire, I had a couple years ago, I did an interview with Kate Chastain from Below Deck Traders. And remember, she used to be on a talk show with Portia. We did an interview. It kind of went viral, the things she was saying. And I came across Kempire doing a short, and he was cited We Go Podcast and was What Else Is Going On Podcast, and was like, I was like, he is a man of his word.
I forgot. I even remember that.
Yes.
See? Just say. Anyway, guys, thank you all for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. And let me say thank you, Mama Allie. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mama Allie says, I know why I didn't get Rose Forever, Kemp. He went to Jared. What? Oh, a ring? Hold on, wait. I got to highlight the comment if I can find it. I don't know why it's not doing it tonight. Oh, here it is. He went to Jared. Are you guys getting engaged? Keep us updated, Mama Allie. And I did see your comment that you'll be a part of our live tomorrow where we talk about dating, love, and astrology for Valentine's Day. So again, be there or be square. If you don't have any plans, just saying. And if you don't have any plans next Friday, come to the Kempire After Dark live show here in New York City at the Green Room 42. More information on that and the live stream option will be available in the description. Taria Faison, where are we at in regards to your YouTube channel?
We are getting there. We are at 2.96. So I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is WEIGO podcast, Stephanie. Thank you.
Definitely.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Ellie says we're married. We know you're married, but I'm just saying, did he upgrade the ring?
Mama Allie over there shimmying. He went to Jared. She over there.
No rules forever for her. She's getting a diamond. Fine.
Diamonds are forever.
Okay. Anyways, thank you all for being here. Everyone have a great rest of your Thursday. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Taria, from the What's Going On podcast. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.